Today, we're talking about the Tribex Potato Jet Tripod. Is this the best of the worst or the worst of the best? Hey, thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate all of you who have subscribed, and I've noticed we've got a real uptick in subscribers. Really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscription notification bell and hit a like and all that kind of stuff. For those of you who have been following me for a while and have wondered, hey, Chris, where have you been? Why haven't we seen any more gear reviews in a long time? Well, it's been pretty busy. This past year was actually one of the busiest, craziest years that I think I have ever had in my 30 years of doing video production. One of the projects that some of you may have seen is my other YouTube channel that I do with Dr. Sean Kingsley out of the UK called Wreck Watch. If you are into shipwrecks, diving, adventures, history, treasure, lost treasure, mysteries, then why don't you head on over to Wreck Watch TV and check it out. There's a link in the description below. And if you like that kind of stuff, you just might like what we're doing there. And there's some pretty cool things that are coming out later this year on Wreck Watch. The other thing is I'm currently getting ready to go to LA to have a film that I did on the terrible October 7th massacre in Israel. It's a film that was close to my heart. I actually was in Israel on October 7th. And a good friend of mine, Majid Al-Shafai, an Egyptian, we decided we needed to do something. And so we went back to Israel and we did our own documentary called Dying to Live. And you can click the link below for the trailer. And we also have a direct link if you'd like to rent or buy it on Vimeo. It's not an easy thing to talk about, but it is important. No matter what side of the debate or the war, whatever you want to call it, you are, I think it's worth a watch. I think it'd give you a different perspective from what you've been seeing and hearing in other social media platforms and news. But we're gonna put all of that stuff on hold, and right now we are going to talk about the small rig Potato Jet Tribex tripod. This has been out for a little while, so you've probably seen 100 other videos talking about this very tripod. And you know, I bought it. I bought this myself. Nobody's paying me to review this. Nobody sent it to me and said, hey, try it out. No, I put down my own hard cash. You'll notice it comes in this very, very nice case. I have to say, this is one of the nicest little tripod cases I've seen. I like it better than the case that even comes with my Sackler Flowtech. Let's bring this guy out and take this nice, soft, luxurious case and throw it over there. And what do we have here? We have Potato Jet. So Gene, if you're watching this, thank you for working with Small Rig. Small Rig, if you're watching this, thank you for working with Gene. I have had this tripod for a few months now, and I've taken it on already on, I think, 6 or 7 different shoots. If you've used this tripod and you have some opinions on it, then throw them down in the comment section below. But overall, for those of you who have maybe not had your hands on this thing, you most likely already know that the big deal, the big selling feature of this tripod is the clutch, right? We've got the clutch right here. We pop this thing open, move this handle open, and with a simple squeeze, the legs drop and you let go, and when it comes all the way out, then you know that it's locked. So I've seen other YouTubers talking about this. Shout out to Gerald Undone for his great review. So if you've watched the other YouTube channels talking about this tripod, you already know one of the biggest, I don't know that it's a flaw, I think it is just it is what it is the fact that when you squeeze this clutch and then you let go, if you don't wait for this to come out or pull it out yourself, that it does sink a little bit, right? There's a little bit of a delay. So for those of you who are not aware of that, that is something that you really do need to get used to. It took me a little bit to get used to. It's a little scary when you have your camera on top and you want to adjust it and you squeeze it in and then you let go and then you let go and it sinks and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? But really it's once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. You squeeze, you find your level, your adjustment there, you let go, and I actually just pull the little handle out, and then it's fine. But I've been using this tripod on a few shoots now, and I gotta say, I'm liking it. I love the fact that it is so lightweight, and it's also durable, these carbon fiber legs. I do have, for my main tripod, for my Sony FX9, which is a much bigger camera package, I have the Flowtech Sackler with the Active 8 head, and I mean, that is a beautiful tripod. I love that tripod. I love that head. You know, it's a fast, easy to deploy tripod, but this clutch, what a great idea. But the Sackler and this small rig, two very different tripods for two very different purposes. You're not gonna put your FX9 or some big heavy camera rig on this. Not that the legs couldn't hold it, but you know, the head, all of that kind of stuff. This is a fantastic travel tripod. Fast, it's light, it's easy to use, and of course you've got all the wonderful things that small rig likes to include, like you've got your hidden little tools here with your little, as Gerald calls it, the nubbin. Great for tightening up your plates and using as a flathead screwdriver. You've got down here at the bottom of the column, you've got your little Allen key. It's just very, very well thought out. Is it the perfect tripod? No, of course. It's not a perfect tripod. There's no perfect tripod. Every one of them has its pros and its cons. For me, the biggest con would probably be just the fact that you've got to pull this handle out to make sure it doesn't start to sink after you initially set it up. The other thing that I'm not sure, I don't know if I like it or I don't like it, is the fact that it doesn't have a ball head, right? You don't have something to level just the head. Using the clutch and leveling it with the legs, that is how you level a tripod. In a normal interview style setting, it's pretty easy. When I find you're doing, say, nature stuff, and you want to splat these legs out, it is a little different. It's a little harder, and sometimes sometimes if you're on some real uneven ground, low to the ground, it is a lot more difficult to get this head level without some sort of a ball head. But it's not a tripod for everything. It's for certain things. So one of my other, not really a critique, just something I've noticed is that when you do have this tripod all folded up and you're gonna carry it around, you know, it's nice because this clutch handle, it's a nice handle for carrying. But I have noticed that this thing, the clutch handle it's pretty easy just to pop it out, especially when I've handed it to people to carry for me and they don't know about this clutch and what it does, and they pick it up and they start walking around. And one time we're in a crowded spot and this guy was holding the clutch, and as he spun around, all the legs came flying out and almost took out a passerby. So so you do have to make sure that when you are going to use this handle to carry it, you want to make sure that it is folded in and that you're gripping it securely. One other thing that I noticed is where the serial number is. So if you're someone like me who pays for insurance on your equipment, or maybe you need a carnet for traveling with, which if that interests you, let me know, put a comment down below, because I've had to go through a lot with figuring out how to use a carnet. And maybe that should be another video that we'll do in the future to talk about carnets and traveling across borders with equipment. The serial number. I looked everywhere for the serial number for my insurance company, and eventually I found it, and of course, it's hidden right inside the clutch. So if you're looking for the serial number for your insurance company or for whatever you might need the serial number for, it is on this tripod and it is found inside the clutch. So that's why I say, is it the best of the worst or is it the worst of the best? That's for you to decide. I personally like this tripod. Do I recommend it? I think for the value for money, I think this is an excellent buy, especially for a solo creator or someone who likes to do run and gun stuff. You want to be able to deploy your tripod quickly, effectively. Overall, this is just a very, very excellent tripod. And I think the price point it's at and the features that you get, the build quality, I love it. So I definitely recommend this tripod myself. If you'd like more information on this tripod, or maybe there's something that I didn't talk about that you'd like to know more about with this tripod, leave me a comment below, and make sure you check out our RecWatch TV YouTube channel. If you like diving and adventures, it's the perfect place for you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe, like, notifications bell, all that stuff. We'll see you next time.